Hello, and welcome to Otaku Horror Stories with Dieter Swanson. And tonight, we will be talking about the manga that I've been reading called Kudan no Gotoshi. Its art and story is written by Jun Watanabe. This one's a little different from the other ones. I'll be talking about the first three chapters. And so it starts off with 7 college students. They just left graduation and they're on their way back home. On their way, they see something strange in a road that causes them to crash. And they're in like this wooded area, and they get out the car. They notice the car is just wrecked. So they go deeper into the woods to kind of find what did they hit. And to their surprise, it's a giant big black cow. So they're like, that's strange. And when they look closer, this cow has a human face. Very, very creepy. The students are freaking out and they're looking at it like thinking it's in pain. We have to kill this thing. This is what we hit. Is it a human? We don't know. Look, we'll keep it a secret. We have to kill this thing. So the men of the group, they beat the cow to death, and then they decide to go back to the car. They're all in shock. They're freaking out. And when they get to the car place that they rent, the rental car place, whatever those are called, they get there and they speak to the concierge. The guy works there. And he goes, well, car's in great condition. We have no problems. You guys have a great night. Thanks for, working with us. And all the students are looking at each other like, what? The car's okay? And they look at it, the car's in mint condition. So real quick, I'm going to let you guys know who these characters are. Kind of stereotypes, anime. So the main character, his name is Hikaru, and they kind of based them off of the jobs that they're supposed to be getting or internships after they graduate. Hikaru's the only one who doesn't have a job, so he feels kind of down and like sort of like the loser of the group. He didn't get to get a job after college. His other friend Shinji, he got a job as a writer. Ayumi, she got a job as in sports. She's athletic. Yoda, he's the gym buff. He's got a job at a gym. Mai, she's gonna be working in the food industry. Tatsumi, he's gonna be working with his family's business. And Chizuru, she's gonna be working with press. That's a little backstory with them. After they hit this cow, they all are in shock because now there's sort of no record of them hitting this cow. They decide, okay, we're gonna keep this a secret. They kind of go their separate ways, but Hikaru, he's in a pretty bad depression. He's upset about the fact that he doesn't have a job, and he's dating Chizuru, the one who's going to be working with press. He decides to call her up drunk one night and tells her, I'm breaking up with you. And she just says, what? I don't understand. I thought everything, I love you. The whole waterworks just breaks her heart. And so he hangs up, and he's drinking, and he's more depressed. And then all of a sudden appears in his room the cow with the human face. And it tells him, you are going to die in 7 days. And he's just startled. What is going on? I must be drinking way too much, and assuming he blacked out, either from fear or drinking, he wakes up the next day thinking, man, it must be some weird dream, and not processing this right. I must be really depressed about not getting work. And so his friends later on that day are having like a hangout session, getting food and playing games, like some type of strip poker thing. And they get their friend Tatsumi naked. And in walks Hikaru. What are my friends doing? Anyway, They all found out what happened. They're like, bro, you broke up with Chizuru? Like, do you know what that girl does for you? Like, she defends you. She even took a lesser job just to be closer to you, knowing that you're not going to be going to school like the rest of us. She's like doing a lot for you, bro. And they really throw the guilt trip on him. I mean, I understand why he did it. It still sucks, but he just isn't in the right space. So they all make him feel really, really bad. Except from Tatsumi. He's kind of like his best friend. And he goes out and takes a cigarette break. And when he leaves, Tatsumi's like, you guys, you know Hikaru's a good guy. You know he's not like this malicious dude. He's just having a hard time. Like, give him a break, you know? And they all just kind of sit there and ponder and like, yeah, I guess we were kind of harsh. And so Tatsumi, he goes outside for his smoke break with him, joins him. And as they're sitting and smoking, he's like, bro, I know it's hard. And he's like, me, I think I'll be all right. But you're going to be working with your family business and you still haven't told Ayumi how you feel. Yes, there's a second love thing going on. He's like, what do you mean? You know, she's just my friend. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, bro, we all know you love her. And he goes, yeah, if I had more time, I'd tell her how I felt. And Hikaru's like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, if I don't die. And then Hikaru's like, bro, what do you mean if you die? What, are you being morbid? He goes, well, it sounds strange, but remember that cow we hit? It visited me again, and it told me I was gonna die in 7 days. And that's tonight. Hikaru's like, you were visited from the cow too? I was visited from the cow. And I'm thinking I was just drinking. Like, no, dude, no. Everything's gonna be fine. Screw it. Tell her how you feel, man. Especially if you feel like running out of time. Tell her how you feel. Don't be me, you know? That's not nice. It's funny. But as they're talking, they're still like having this moment together. The rest of the guys come outside. They're like, hey, you guys, you know, you guys been gone for a while. Kind of sorry. And Ayumi walks up. Tatsumi stands up and he goes, I'm gonna do it, bro. This is now or never. He walks up to her. And she just kind of singled out. It's just those two underneath this giant clock and the park, the lights shining right on them. Perfect mood setting, right? Super romantic. He goes, Tatsumi, I am in love with... And then this giant clock falls and smashes his head. And she is just standing there watching him fall to the ground with his head cracked to the side from this giant clock that they were standing underneath. They all can't believe it. What the frick? So they're all freaking out, call the ambulance. He's rushed to the hospital. I mean, you watch a guy get his head sort of decapitated. I mean, it was still on there. He had his head knocked off. I don't know if they thought he would make it, but they're in the waiting room thinking, he's in surgery. Maybe there's a chance. They are all like talking to each other, and Hikaru was thinking, you guys, he told me that he thought he was going to die today, that he was visited by a cow. And you know what? I was too. And I'm really scared that we've been cursed. And they're all freaking out. He's like, the cow is back? I thought we were trying to leave it behind us. They're all talking about they might die in 7 days. And the doctors come out and says, hey, I'm sorry. Tatsumi's gone. And so they're all upset. They're all bawling their eyes out. Ayumi, she can't even process this properly. She goes to the bathroom. She's like, I just wanted you to make it. She hears a knock on her bathroom stall. She cracks it open, and it's Tatsumi's face. And she starts to cry. She goes, Tatsumi, you've returned to me. And then she opens the door all the way to go give him a hug, and the rest of his body is a cow. He is now the cursed cow, and he tells her in the creepiest voice while crying his eyes out, you are gonna die in 7 days. And then he walks away and disappears. and Ayumi's in dread. She's just frozen. That is the first 3 chapters of Kudan no Gotoshi. And it was really creepy. I was instantly into this story. What's gonna happen? What is this Carol gonna do to the rest of them? Are we getting Final Destination anime style? Pretty much. It gets a lot more interesting, but for now, those are the first 3 chapters. Tell me what you think. If it was interesting, if you're like, creepy cow, I don't like this story. Like, just let me know. If you've ever read it, what you think. Don't spoil until the ending. So yeah, that was Kudan no Gotoshi first 3 chapters. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel, of course. And comment below what you think. That concludes the video. I would like to thank you for joining me in Otaku Horror Stories with Dieter Swanson. I like doing that. I don't know. Alright, guys. Bye.